Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the PozCast. I'm Matthew.
I'm Keith.
Jared.
And I'm Logan.
Today we got NBA All-Star recap along with, basketball. All right, so great intro. Let's get it started. Let's talk about the NBA All-Star weekend real quick because I feel like it needs to be brought up.
It was so...
The game was not bad.
The game was pretty good.
The game was pretty good.
The game was
Steph
good because
Curry's
of Steph
insane.
Curry.
Yeah. But
Oh
the
my
festivities,
God.
except for the skills competition, were just downright terrible.
It gets worse every single year.
The dunk contest.
What do they need to fix? I feel like ever since Dwayne Wade gave Aaron Gordon a 9, it's just gone downhill, and it literally has gone downhill ever since that moment.
They need to make
COVID started,
They need to give players a reason to want to do the dunk contest.
They need
because-
incentives. They need like
Yeah.
$850K on your contract to go do dunk contests, because then you'll get
because
guys like
they're
Ja.
not, because
and
they're
Zach
not they're not
Levine.
going to do it if they're not getting anything out of it because they don't want to get themselves injured.
Like, imagine a dunk contest field of Ja Morant, Zach LaVine,
Miles Bridges.
Donovan Mitchell, Miles Bridges, Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
I actually don't think Gordon's
Aaron
ever
Gordon
going to
would
do it
not come
again.
back,
I don't
yeah.
think Gordon's ever going to do it again.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Derrick Jones Jr. is one of those guys who,
Yeah.
even though he's not like a great player, he's one of the best dunkers we have in our league. I would like to see him do it as many times as possible. Who else would be? Dwight's too old now.
James.
I would like to see more big men. LeBron.
Dwight is way too old.
I would like to see more big men get involved though too.
Jared Allen, I feel like would
See,
actually be
Jared
decent.
Allen would be fantastic for that.
I think the other issue is there's no dunks that you can think of that haven't been done already.
I've seen a lot on Instagram.
Blake Griffin jumped over a
A
car.
yeah.
But none of the guys in the NBA are willing to do that.
then
Like
think of
Obi
something
Well,
Toppin.
new.
then there's a problem.
Obi
That-
Toppin is
you know?
supposed to be one of the best dunkers in the league. I think I saw the exact same like Instagram reel or TikTok or whatever that you saw where it was like 6 straight different
No,
dunks.
It was eight different dunks that would get 50s in the dunk contest.
Maybe it was 8, but like those are great. But why are no one in the dunk contest doing those?
because they suck.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, who came in second place? Juan Toscano Anderson. Like, you look at your dunk field and you're like, and Cole Anthony, his best dunk was in Tim's.
It's just
And his only dunk, actually, I believe, was in Tim's. I think he
Do-
missed the other one.
We could also talk about the fact that what was it, 7 of 25 on dunks in the first round, and Jalen Green went
Jalen
what, like
Green.
1 of 8, 1 of 9.
Jalen Green shooting percentages just like the real NBA.
What are the rules here now, where a guy's allowed to miss 8 dunks before making one?
The rule is 3 dunks where the ball is actually going down, which is a new rule, by the way. And they used to be on a timer. You guys remember that? When you
Yeah.
had like a minute 30 to just go ham and see how many dunks you can try and get. Instead, we watched 10 minutes of Jalen Green failing and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar leaving. So, there is definitely a systematic change that needs to happen here. What would be the order? This is what was discussed amongst the TNT guys. The order as it stands is skills competition, 3-point contest, and then it finishes with the dunk contest. Do you guys believe that order should be changed, or do you think it's good as is?
I don't think the order matters.
I don't think it matters. It's
Yeah, I
the quality of
agree.
the product.
I would agree.
I think if the dunk contest participants are really good, then it being last is a good thing. But
There needs to be incentives, or it's just never going to get better. There needs to be a reason for stars to want to do the dunk contest.
First time since early 2000s there was not a single 50. So the changes needed to be made. I mean, 2020 was one of the best ones ever, and then it all went downhill from there. I think we got like the product that we needed from that. Rising Stars game, new change. I kind of liked that a lot. 4 teams, you played a 50. I actually kind of liked that. That was more entertaining
I
than
liked
anything else I watched this weekend.
I really enjoyed that.
That was fun.
I thought that was a great idea.
And the coaches were Worthy had me cracking up. Dropping a live F-bomb on a hot mic was kind of funny.
And I almost think the All-Star game should do that too. If
I
you did
agree.
something like that and you say your top 2 vote getters in the East
And your
top 2 in the West, those are your 4 captains, and you draft 7-man teams and
draft-
play like
yeah.
that, because then those games have some level of competitiveness. It
I would
kind of
agree.
matters.
And you get 28 All-Stars now instead of what is it, 24? 24. So you get more All-Stars, so less people get
Yeah.
snubbed. I actually really like that idea.
I think I don't know what's stopping them from doing something like that.
I would agree.
well, I guess it's just
go ahead.
tradition. Like they don't.
That's true. That's true.
Screw tradition.
How do you guys feel about, real quick, how do you guys feel about the new skills competition? Do you like it? Do you think it...
I didn't watch.
All right, thank you. I enjoyed it, and then Evan Mobley just casually hitting a half-court shot in 4 seconds. That was fun. That was the best part of Saturday, and then it went downhill. Three-point contest was good, but it's a three-point contest. You're watching people shoot. And Karl Anthony Towns, I cannot believe he won that, but it had me thinking Juan Toscano Anderson actually had a chance, which he didn't. But, good. It was not a great weekend for the All-Stars. They need some format changes. I do like the whole NBA 75 stuff and the amount of memes we're getting from KG and Ray Allen still going at it. Like, I don't know if you saw, Ray Allen dapped up LeBron. He's standing next to Kevin Garnett, and Kevin Garnett's just sitting there looking like he's about to plot something different. So
I saw that.
The beef is just terrible. All right. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, let's take a look at the participants of the last two dunk contests. This year we have Cole Anthony, who plays for the terrible Magic. Then we have Jalen Green, who's been bad as a rookie. Juan Toscano Anderson, and Obi Toppin, who has been pretty bad to this point in his career. And then last year, you have Cassius Stanley, Obi Toppin again, and Anthony Simons. So you're not bringing the stars out. Like, a casual NBA fan is not turning this game on, or the dunk contest on, and going, yes. Like, I cannot wait to watch Juan Toscano Anderson dunk. Like,
he did have a cool jersey tribute, though, with that. He had a Mexican flag on the front and the back of his jersey, but, like...
You go back a few years, you have guys like Dwight, Aaron Gordon, John Collins, Dennis Smith Jr., Donovan Mitchell,
Michael
Victor
Jordan
Oladipo.
back in the day when actual stars would do the dunk contest.
And then Spud Webb beat Jordan. I feel like it's always cool to have an underdog guy. Like Pat Connaughton a couple years ago, like Juan Toscano Anderson this year. I like that. And if we're being honest, in terms of most impressed, I was most impressed by JTA. But you're right. You got to bring out more big name players.
Like, imagine if they put Alex Caruso in the dunk contest.
How about literally just put the Bulls roster in there?
Dude,
look at their roster.
Yeah.
Just put the entire roster of Chicago Bulls and just say, except for Matt Thomas, and just say, yeah, go at it. So you get DeMar, Zach Levine. Okay, no, Kobe White. DeMar DeRozan, Zach Levine.
Kobe can throw down.
Kobe can throw down, yeah.
Tristan Thompson.
Zaboos.
Nikola Vucevic just casually pulling up 360s on us. Yeah. No. But you get the point. There's
Caruso,
a lot of really good dunkers.
Derek Jones, Javante Green.
DeMar DeRozan, Levine.
P. Will when he comes back.
Yeah,
Pat Will.
Io's had so many posters this year.
Io could be an interesting one. And then add some Hornets guys. Get Miles Bridges in there. Like, Bridges is the guy that should be in this.
LaMelo!
It could be like a team.
No.
It could be like a team dunk contest. Like, it could be like the Bulls versus someone else.
That is a great idea because them playing as a team would be different.
Yeah.
Because
which other team has
I'm with my boys. Like, let's do this.
Charlotte has insane athletes. Chicago's got some big athletes, obviously. Los Angeles has 30-something-year-old athletes.
People who used to be athletes.
People who used to, like, think about how many former athletes they got. Like, Malik Monk is pushing that mark. He used to be a really good attacking guy. LeBron, I low-key think LeBron could actually do it still. I do.
But he could, but he won't.
Why would
LeBron? It doesn't matter how much money you try to give him, he's not going to do it.
I would agree. Dwight Howard obviously was, Who else is even on there? JaVale McGee.
I thought JaVale McGee could do it.
JaVale McGee won a dunk contest, so did he? He participated.
Russell Westbrook in his prime would have been nasty.
Yeah, agreed. Think about all the players they had. But that's the point.
Paul George in his prime.
Kawhi Leonard in his prime.
Before his legs snapped.
Who, Paul George or Kawhi?
Both.
yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that. Did Paul George get hurt and then leave, or did he play after his injury for Indiana, or did he never play again?
He played after.
He did? Okay.
He did.
I always forget that. All right. We're going to transition now into actual NBA as we get ready to get back into the post-All-Star portion of the season. Who's the one team you guys think makes the big jump? So a team that's struggling now, if you guys want to pull up like the NBA standings on your phones or stuff. What's that one team that right now is like seeded 9 through 15 that you think makes a huge run? I know the obvious answer, but does anybody actually believe they're going to be that? So 9 through 15, does anybody make a big run in either conference? When somebody's ready, you can answer. I'm looking as well.
I think the Hawks.
Yeah, that would be kind of the first team, one of the first teams I jump on.
But the only problem is the East has so many good teams, very competitive. But if Trae Young starts going off, then I think they could jump up a little bit.
Atlanta made a crucial mistake, and I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. It's the same thing the Houston Rockets did with Clint Capella. they gave up on him for no reason, even though he's been a great placeholder and a great filler for it. He's an unbelievable defensive big man, and they gave up on him and gave Onyeka Okongwu minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need that. Onyeka's not better than Clint, and now Onyeka's starting, and Clint's just sitting there like, what the hell is going on?
You got to get rid of one of them.
You got to get rid of Onyeka. I think Clint Capella is still really good for what he brings to the table. I don't like what Atlanta's doing with their big men. John Collins is frustrated because Onyeka's stealing his minutes. Apparently, Onyeka's the next Jesus, and I don't know how I feel about that. But I know he was drafted high. I know there was a lot of hopes coming in for the kid, but I don't like what Atlanta's trying to do. They were the 5th seed last year with the roster they had. They traded a young guy in Cam Reddish for really no reason, and now he's doing nothing on the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, Clint Capella is only 27, so to your point, I don't really. The Hawks are trying to get younger by playing Onyeka, but Clint is perfectly fine for them.
I would agree.
Yeah.
The one other team I look at down here that I think is going to make the playoffs, not just play in, but playoffs, and is not even in that section right now, I don't think people realize just how much I think Porzingis can do for this team. I think Washington makes a run. We saw at the beginning of the year how good this team was when they're healthy.
Yeah.
I think Porzingis could be a huge help to them.
Too bad Bradley Beal's out for the year, so I'm.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I kind of forgot about that.
I'm gonna
part.
say no on that.
Yeah.
I still believe Porzingis can do something with this team. The East, when you get towards the bottom here, it's still pretty stacked. But I think if Atlanta continues on the path in which they're on, they could be the victims of being just out of this completely. Charlotte will make their way up. Brooklyn will probably be 4 or 5 seed when we talk in the next couple of weeks. But in the West, do you guys think the Lakers can do it?
Yeah, I mean they can obviously.
Do you
but
think
if
they will?
It all depends on Westbrook. Yeah. Considering they didn't trade him, it all depends on him. Because LeBron, he can't do it all by himself anymore. He's 38.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that man can do.
Yeah.
So it's like
Kings are 3-6 since they traded for. No, not 3-6. 2-6 since they traded for Sabonis. Is there a problem here?
I mean, they
just
still have to
the
develop
Kings.
chemistry. It's also the Kings.
Do you think they can make the play and finally end their 18-year playoff drought? Do you think there's still another year left before they can do it?
They're not this year.
They're 22-38. I think.
Yeah, Portland's 25-34.
I think.
Yeah.
If Zion
West
does
sucks.
come back, I think the Pelicans could make a comeback.
I was gonna say the only team here that I think could finish better than the Lakers, that's below them right now, is New Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean, with C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram still,
Right.
I don't know what's going on with Zion. People said he gained a ton of weight. I don't know what happened with, his
his last measurement is at 315 pounds.
Oh my God.
That's about 30 up from last.
Well, assuming that he loses weight and gets back to normal before he comes back.
You guys hear the report with Redick?
I did hear that about him being a detached teammate.
I think it's over for New Orleans. I think they're going to have to completely start clean. I think Zion.
He's Greg Oden.
I believe Zion is Greg Oden. I think he's going to be a huge just catastrophe for them. I think he's going to fall apart.
Well, this is why I said if Zion comes back in a normal state, not a fat state.
I believe McCollum is a free agent after the year as well. Do you really think McCollum's going to stay around for more than half a year in New Orleans? I don't think so.
I think
McCollum's going to be gone.
McCollum's out of here.
He's going to ring chase.
He could just go right back to Portland.
He definitely could.
He could, but is he going to want to?
I want to give credit to Minnesota because all it took for them was getting Anthony Edwards here. Everybody was kind of like, why did you not take LaMelo? They didn't need LaMelo. D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns having a huge year. I'm just overall very impressed by what Minnesota's done. Do you guys think they can make a run in the playoffs?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Look at the teams they have to play. If they're a 7-8 seed, look at the top of that conference.
Right. Even if they're a 5 or 6, they're not beating a top 4 team in this conference. They're not beating the Suns or Golden State or Memphis or the Jazz. It's not happening.
I would agree. I think that
They probably would have the best chance against the Warriors just because of Cat.
Well, I personally don't like the Warriors because I sit in a household with a guy who's unbelievably obnoxious about Stephen Curry. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, he definitely. Yeah.
When is James Wiseman coming back?
He's suffering setbacks left and right. I don't know if he's going to play this year. The one team here, let's transition here real quick because we are running low on time. Eastern and Western Conference, pick the one team you guys think has the best chance to go make it to the finals from each conference. With the East, I'll start with Logan.
Can I start with the West?
Sure, we can start with the West. We'll flip it.
Yeah, because I need to think about the East. The Suns.
Even with Chris Paul out.
That's the easy pick. How long is Chris Paul out?
6 to 8 weeks, so probably right around the start of the playoffs. He comes back maybe.
If he's back for the playoffs, I'm taking the Suns. I mean, they made it last year. I think Golden State, if Steph's not going off, which he very well could, but Golden State playing Phoenix in a series, I don't think ends well for Golden State unless Steph is averaging like 35. Because in a 7-game series, I think the Suns take them pretty easily.
All right, Jared, what about you?
I also have the Suns. I think they're the most complete team by far. And they have Mikal Bridges, who I think is probably a top 5 candidate for Defensive Player of the Year this year. So I don't really see a team that could beat them in a 7-game series, just like Logan said. So, yeah, I got the Suns.
Keith?
Am I doing Western or Eastern?
Western.
It's hard not to take the Suns with Chris Paul coming back in the playoffs. I have to take the Suns. They work too well as a team. I mean, Steph, he's good. Obviously, I don't know if he can carry the Warriors past the Suns though, especially if Wiseman doesn't come back. I think it's the Suns. There's no one better than the Suns with Chris Paul there.
The one thing I've learned over the past couple of years is that you can't go with the easy choice. And so with that being said, I'm going to go Memphis. I actually think this team has what it takes already in their phase of where they're at as a team and as a franchise. I think Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., I actually think they can do it.
This year?
I think they can do it this year. They've built a roster, in my opinion, that is good enough for them to win it all.
All right, my first team was the Suns, but my second team is actually the Mavericks. I think Luka could go absolutely insane.
Luka would literally have to carry absolutely everything now.
I know,
there is nobody left.
Yeah, I don't think Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer Dinwiddie, of course. All right, now we got Eastern Conference. Logan, you want to start with what you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be either the Sixers or the Bucks.
Hey now, Bulls fan, what's going on here?
We don't have a big. Straight up, we're not stopping Embiid.
Tristan Thompson.
We're not stopping Embiid or Giannis. It could be the Heat. I don't think they go back. Honestly, I'm going to back my pick from last time. I'm going to go Philly. I'm very confident in this team once they get James Harden.
I've learned that Harden doesn't do anything at this point in his career. I think it's over for the guy, but whatever. Jared, what you got?
I think Philly loses in the first round.
I think they can. I really do believe they can.
Sure, just go the opposite of Logan.
Harden equals choke artist at this point. He is such a toxic player to have on your team at this point that if he is not averaging 30 a game, you don't want him on your team. Anyway, continue.
And it's either going to be the Heat or the Bucks, and I'm leaning more towards the Bucks, so I got a rematch.
Okay. Keith?
Bucks Suns.
Doubles.
Yeah, see? Actually, somebody being legit. But because I'm going to be Jared and be different, it may not be what I actually believe, but just because I want to see it happen.
Just say what you actually believe.
All right. My actual belief is that Miami's going to do it. I think they have the roster good enough. I don't think Giannis can do it again. Giannis would have to carry everybody through the fire.
I just think if Logan, you talk about the Bulls trying to contain Joel Embiid or Giannis, you don't have to stop them to beat them. You just have to
keep them
outscore them. Like I will take our roster. I mean, obviously they have better bigs, but we have a better overall roster.
Agreed.
Embiid is 10-0 against us in his career. 3-0 this year, and they haven't been close.
He hasn't gone against Tristan Thompson yet on the Bulls.
That is fact.
That is correct. I don't think you can count on Brooklyn yet either. I don't.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I think we got to wait to see what Ben Simmons can do for this team. So I'm going to say hold the phone on that. But I would say Miami would be the pick. I'm rooting for Cleveland. I think they're out first round. But I'm
rooting for Cleveland too.
I would like to see Brooklyn make a run. We have 1 minute. Oh, thank you. All right. We're going to finish this one up. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. We will see you next week on the PozCast. Peace.